say
yo 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 yo.
Jess is on vacay. Lon LaRosa is here.
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What's happening, man?
That's right. It's a Monday. How was your weekend, Lauren?
My weekend was great. I celebrated my grandmother's birthday. My aunt wrote a book. She also loves you. She gave me a book to give to Charlamagne. And we played spades and had a good time.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Good time.
Where the book at?
It's in the it's out there. I got it free.
Oh, see? She don't even know how to promote her aunt's book right, man. She's supposed to have the book
what's
right
the name
now.
of the book and all
this
that?
is the book. It's called blah, blah, blah.
The
and
book
it's
is
on
called
Amazon
My
right
Trip
now.
to the Motherland. It's about her going to Ghana and all the enlightening that happened when she went. It's by Phyllis Tucker Saunders. It's available on Amazon right now.
There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Oh, there it goes. Boom. See? And she signed it on the inside for you, Charlamagne.
Charlamagne, you are so handsome. I would love for you to journey with me through Ghana. Enjoy. I don't know what that says. Something Lauren's on.
It never said you were so handsome. No.
It does say that.
It does not.
It says what is it?
That's my grandma's younger sister. She can see. Ain't no way it say that.
I'm just telling you what it says, ma'am. Okay? I'm just reading what it says right there.
That definitely doesn't say that.
I know it's like 3 words over there.
Definitely not. You know, I went to Top Golf over the weekend. I took the family to Top Golf. Had such a great time at Top Golf. If you get a chance to go out there bring the whole family. My kids loved it. I don't know how to golf though. I know that much. I was hitting balls left, right, like it was baseball. Didn't know what I was doing. What you did?
I saw you and Gia with the video of you teaching her how to swing. I was
trying.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
You had to teach your wife how to hit balls? Man, times have changed, boy. Ladies, I know y'all got it hard out here, man. God damn. Lord have mercy.
What you did this weekend?
That is crazy.
It's
when
golf
the man
balls.
has to teach the woman how to hit balls, life has really changed.
It's golf balls.
Okay.
What you did this weekend?
Not a damn thing. My favorite thing to do. Drop on the clues bombs for doing nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. I watched the fight this weekend.
Yes.
Oh my God, that fight.
Listen, like I said last week to Lamar Roach, just in here having a conversation with him when he was up here, when Aka Barack was up here, I was just like, yo, your confidence makes me want to put a couple dollars on you. And I mean, his confidence showed in the ring.
Did you?
Nah, I didn't put no money on him, but
he wouldn't have won. It was a draw.
Oh, dang.
I actually think he won the fight.
I feel like he won the fight too. That's right. I forgot the draw thing, but we are gonna talk about that today.
But as I said in the group chat over the weekend, I was like, I said the judge is either gonna call it a draw or a split decision for Roach, and he called it a draw. Yeah, but I think he won the fight. He won the fight just because he landed more punches. Mm-hmm. Tank landed more power punches.
Right.
But they should have counted that knee as a knockdown.
Yeah, if they would have counted that knee as a knockdown, he definitely would have won. I don't understand how you could pause a fight.
And I don't even think Tank was hurt, but just the fact you took a knee, that should have counted as a knockdown.
Yes, yeah. You can't pause a fight. Like, hold on, let me wipe the sweat out. Like, I've never seen that before.
You got punched in the face, and you weren't hurt, but you did take a knee, and that should have counted as a knockdown. And Roach should have won the fight.
All right, well, we'll talk about that.
But it was a great squabble, though.
Yeah, that was a great squabble. It was a great fight. All right, well, RZA will be joining us this morning. RZA, of course, Wu-Tang is going on the Final Chamber Tour. All right, tickets are on sale right now. Yeah, Run the Jewels will be co-headlining with them. So we're going to talk to RZA this morning. And we have to send a rest in peace to Angie Stone. She passed away over the weekend.
Columbia, South Carolina's own, man. Rest in peace to Angie Stone.
Yeah, we got a chance to interview her in 2019.
And you know, it's so crazy. I watched that conversation over the weekend. She's on there. You know, she's talking about a movie she wanted to do and a documentary she wanted to do about her life because, you know, Angie was, you know, a hip-hop pioneer, a neo-soul pioneer, R&B icon. Like, she lived a full life.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to replay that interview this morning when she stopped through. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. We got front page news when we come back. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lon LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Start off quick in some sports as we were just talking. Javante Davis, Lamont Roach Jr. It was a draw Saturday night.
Great squabble, man.
It was a great fight.
I mean, I like, you know, we were watching the fight and I was in the group chat. I'm like, yo, they either going to call it a draw or it's going to be a real close decision for Roach.
Yeah.
But ended up being a draw, which I think was the right call.
I think a draw was the right call. Only thing I just didn't like is once you knee, that is a down, right? That is a knockdown.
It should have been, right?
Yeah. I didn't think it was a draw. And I'm not like the business. I don't know all the technical stuff, but I thought that Lamont Roach won the fight.
Well, Roach was the busier fighter. You know what I'm saying? He threw 112 total punches. 112 total punches landed, and Davis, I think Tank was like 103 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So Roach was just a busier fighter. Tank landed more power punches. Mm-hmm. Roach landed more jabs, more total punches. It was just a good squabble, man.
It was a good fight.
That should have been counted as a knockdown. You take a knee in the middle of a fight.
I think so. I would love to see him run it back quickly, sooner than later. But anyway, good morning, Morgan.
Tank say that's not happening this year.
I know. He says it's not going to happen. He said I guess he got another fight planned. What's up, Morgan?
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Lauren LaRosa. Happy Monday. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Less black and highly favored.
All right, y'all. Well, speaking of fights, did y'all see what happened on Friday? We wasn't talking about the bout, but President Trump, he says his meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky, it did not go well. So the two had a heated exchange during a meeting in the Oval Office on Friday. Trump told Zelensky he is in no position to negotiate with Russia, adding that without the U.S., you don't have the cards. Now, Trump told Zelensky to make a deal or we're out. Let's take a listen to the exchange between President Trump, Ukrainian President Zelensky, and Vice President J.D. Vance was also there, but I'll get into his comments in a second.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
So Vice President J.D. Vance also entered the chat and told Zelensky to use his manners, saying that he hasn't been grateful for the aid that his country has received from the U.S. Let's hear those comments from J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking.
What do you guys think about that exchange? I'm sure you saw the video.
What I didn't understand is they was talking to Zelensky like he invaded Russia and not the other way around. Like I literally for a second forgot who started all this. Like they spoke to Zelensky the way they should be speaking to Putin. But Putin is their guy, so I guess they riding with their homie.
I mean, I think they spoke to him like he was a child. They didn't speak to him like he was a president. They spoke to him like he was beneath them. It just sounded crazy to see somebody. And you didn't even say thank you when he walked in the office. They didn't even let that man speak. They didn't even let him have a conversation. I thought it was totally disrespectful to talk to another president like that. I think that, I don't think it should have been filmed. I think they should have did that behind the doors where they were able to squash out and get everything out on the table. I just thought that was really disrespectful.
So Zelensky ended up leaving the White House in a hurry without signing that planned minerals deal, for the rare earths.
I thought they Uncle Phil'd him. I thought they Uncle Phil Jazzy Jeff. They didn't throw him out?
They kicked him. They kicked him out to an extent, but he did. He supposedly Zelensky was interested in coming back to try to, do the deal. To which Trump was like, "Nah, you can't come back now." So Zelensky has since released a statement on social media thanking America. He did, issue his thanks and his gratitude, express his gratitude for the visit. And of course, last week marked 3 years since that full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine. So I'll keep you posted in the next hour as to what some of the other leaders around the world are saying about this and what we need to do probably moving forward. And then I will also get into the comments, those post-fight comments from Tank Davis and Lamont Roach.
All right. Well, thank you. That is Front Page News. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call. Phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest. Keep calling. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Good morning. Where you calling from?
Good morning, DJ Evie. I'm calling from Montgomery, Alabama.
Hey, how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Get it off your chest.
I want to say good morning to Jess and Charlamagne. Are they there?
Peace. How are you? Jess not here, but I'm here. How you doing?
I'm good, Charlamagne. I'm good. I want to give my condolences to Angie's song. That was just so terrible to hear. And I actually live in the area. So the hospitals and everything was flooded. Everybody was trying to go to them. And it's just such a sad situation. And I hate to hear all the little conspiracy theories. I feel like when it's your time, it's your time. That's a very dangerous and rugged, dark highway that they were on. And at that time of morning, those type of things can happen. It's a lot of 18-wheelers in our area. Alabama's small. So I could totally understand the accident. And I just had a cousin who actually lost her mate in an accident the same way.
Oh, wow.
That's horrible, man. I mean, car accidents, they're the worst because, like, when you hear somebody die of, like, health issues, you kind of like, okay, they had health issues. But when it's a car accident, you feel like, you know, their time got cut short. But like you said, man, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yes, exactly. When it's your time, it's your time. And she was actually coming from a Mardi Gras event in Mobile. And I had a friend who was there as well. So it was just all drastic to hear. And I personally just love Angie song because I'm like you, Charlamagne. I love Girlfriends.
Man.
So, you know, every time I hear Girlfriends, I think of Angie.
That's right. She did the theme song for Girlfriends.
But thank you for checking, Nicole.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You have a great morning.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, good morning. Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. This is Coach Davis. How y'all doing? Good morning.
Coach Davis, how
you?
Coach?
Good morning.
Man, it's been a minute since I've talked to y'all gentlemen. But listen, I like to talk about President Zelensky, man, and 47 and his puppet that he had next to him. You know, I'm 51 years old, right? I've seen a lot of presidential meetings in the Oval, you know, that they put on the news. I've never in my life seen a vice president in a meeting when we had two world leaders going on, right? And they talked to that man like he was a kindergartner, which is crazy to me. But you know, there's a saying that kings talk to kings and justice stay in their place. And J.D. Vance is the jester that needed to stay in his place. Actually didn't telling this man he should apologize about or be thankful. The nerve of this fool. But you know what I caught? President Trump, I hate to call his name, but he said in that meeting this would make for great TV. And that's what he wants. He wants TV. He's not a president, man. I don't know how these people voted him in, but you know what? They're going to F around and find out.
Well, you're right. He is the president, but he also was the executive producer of Celebrity Apprentice. But, you know, it is interesting with J.D. Vance because I was sitting back thinking, like, damn, I ain't even seen J.D. Vance since they've been in office.
Like, it's
I've been seeing that all the time, like,
Trump
what
and
he be
Elon.
doing.
But I didn't even see it at the cabinet meeting. And the cabinet meeting, I didn't even see J.D.
I'm
Vance.
sure he was there, but I just haven't seen him. This was the first time I can even remember hearing from him.
I don't even know where he be at.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray. Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live? Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Lachey from Brooklyn.
Hey, good morning, Mama. Get it off your chest.
First of all, this is my first time getting through, so I'm super excited. I want to give a shout out to you all. I listen to you all every morning. I am a school bus driver from Brooklyn, New York, and I do mobile notary on the side. So I just wanted to say good morning, and I wanted to get off my chest how much they tax in New York City. I just woke up yesterday morning, and they freaking towed my car, and they're trying to charge me like $800 just to get my car back, and it's like completely ridiculous because they charge you a towing fee, they charge you a storage fee, even when they're closed. And it's just ridiculous. And it's so sad because, you know, we really out here trying to make ends meet, and they just find reasons to tax us to everything. So
why they tow your car?
You guys don't mind. They towed my car because I have to renew my registration.
That's foul.
So exactly. And I woke up yesterday morning, I checked my AirTag, and my car was gone. So
that's crazy. And registration was $70, $71, something like that? $50?
Yeah. It's and then also it also depends on how long it has been expired for, but they usually give you up to a year to renew it. But I just wasn't expecting them to, like, you know, just up and tow the car over there. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now you got to pay $850 for a $50 registration.
Yes, and then they charge you every day for
storage.
Exactly. So I did want to see if I could throw my Cash App out there because, like, it's really hard.
Go ahead, Mama.
My Cash App is SHAYAAJAYY. If anyone wants to help me, because I'm really out here trying, and, you know, I have a lot of side hustles, but it's, like, completely hard trying to stay afloat out here.
All righty, Mama. Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, and I want to say hi to Trav. I listen to you guys every morning, and Trav has me cracking up when he records to speak to you guys. So keep it up, and I love you all, and have a great day.
Peace.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Hello, who's this?
D, what's going on, Envy?
Hey, what's up? Get it off your chest, D.
Hey, I just want to say good morning to the Breakfast Club. I listen to y'all every morning. Lauren LaRosa, you be killing it. Charlamagne, I love you. Envy, I love you. I just want to comment on the front page, though.
Go ahead.
The news about with Zelensky and Trump and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's 45 minutes worth of conversation. And actually, Trump was very nice and very quiet for a lot of the time until Zelensky threatened us and said, we ain't going to feel it now, but you'll feel it later because we got this big, beautiful ocean that's protecting us. And then that's when Trump went off. So I just want y'all to, I love y'all, and I agree and disagree with everything. I mean, people have a right to agree and disagree on everything, but if you're going to get the news, get a whole story and not just, and I know we don't have necessarily time for it, but we always focus in on the negative, and it's always like an attack. It's like, stand up for America, because this is where we are. If people don't like where America, love America as a country, and that's where they're born and where their roots are, people can leave. I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
But don't you
think?
But
it's like,
don't you think
let's stand for America.
Don't you think the representation of America matters, though? Especially, you know, when imagine.
I agree, Charlamagne, 100%.
Imagine if you was an American ally and you saw that. Could you trust America at this point? Would you trust?
Would I trust America for walking us into a war that they couldn't win?
What are you talking about?
That is horrible. People's lives are being lost, and it's like that's more important than anything. Than land, you can't replace lives, and people are going in on him for wanting people to stop being killed.
No, I don't think that's the reason people are going in on him. I think we all want the war to be stopped, but we also have to remember who started the war. You do know Russia started the war, right?
Oh, yeah. Russia started the war, but who provoked the war? Let's keep going back to where did all of that... It was a Cold War before there was actually a war.
I have no idea what you're talking about anymore.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't.
Well, thank you for checking in, and thank you for listening.
I love y'all, though.
I love you, too.
Love you back.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't do it. I'm not going to have a conversation with somebody if I don't know what you're talking about.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got the mess coming up.
We do. We are going to, take some time to send some love to the family of Angie Stone, who passed away over the weekend. And just, talk through just some of her big moments and things to remember. Show her some love.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get to the mess.
Worldwide mess. On The Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So we do want to take the time to send a rest in peace to Miss Angie Stone.
Mm-hmm. Man.
That is a crazy, this weekend when that happened, this really, really, really caught me off guard. Grammy nominated and Soul Train Award winning singer, songwriter, actress, producer, mother, just a trailblazer in everything that she did. One of the pioneers of female rap. And so let's first talk about what happened. So over the weekend, things started circulating online because I believe it was her daughter had posted my mother is gone. So people were like, wait, what's happening right now? Then there had been some conversation about a possible car accident. When I got the call, I reached out to her publicist. Her name is Miss Deborah Champagne. She's been a publicist and a friend for over 14 years to Angie Stone, who then confirmed to me that Angie Stone had passed away in a tragic car accident. It was actually a Sprinter that she was in. She was one of 9 people in a Sprinter in Alabama. They were traveling from a show that she had done in Alabama to Baltimore, CIAA weekend, because she had some stuff that she was going to do there as well. And she was the only person, as of now, she was the only person in this Sprinter that passed away.
And how many people were in the Sprinter? Do we know?
9 people.
Wow.
Tragic, man.
Yeah, 9 people. And now, when I talked to Miss Deborah, of course, it was very emotional for her. And what she told me was that, you know, she had just talked to Angie Stone the night prior, right before Angie Stone was about to go on stage. She said she talked to her around like a little bit after 8 or 9 o'clock. And Angie had told her, you know, I'm about to go on stage. I got to call you back, but I'll see you tomorrow in Baltimore. She was literally getting ready to head to Baltimore to meet Angie, and then her phone started ringing crazy. So she was in tears when she was talking to me, and she wanted to make sure that we took the time to, you know, just go through all of her career accolades and just leave the light on the world the way that Angie Stone would want to. She specifically said to me, the Breakfast Club does a great job of what they do, so we can call her for anything when it comes to this. So let's take the time to do that. So,
well, you can't do it in 10 minutes.
I can't do it in 10 minutes, but I'm going to try to do. Her career spanned across so much, but I'm going to try to do the best that I can right now.
And not to cut you off, just telling people that we are going to be playing her interview that we did with her in 2019 when she came up here, and she broke down a lot of her history. We're going to be playing that.
Broke down a lot of her history. I watched it. I rewatched it this weekend. You know, just because, and literally, like, she talks about wanting to do a movie about her life and a documentary, and there was a lot of things she didn't even want to fully get into because she was like, "This is gonna be for the movie. This is gonna be for the movie."
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna do that in the 8 o'clock hour.
Got you. And I did look up that what she was talking about. I watched that interview too. It says that it was still in development, so I'm gonna try and figure out like where that left off too, and see if there's anything that we could talk about there eventually. But so Angie Stone, she was born in Columbia, South Carolina. And she was nominated for 3 Grammys. She won 2 Soul Train Awards. Like I mentioned, one of the pioneers of female rap. She started her career in the hip hop group The Sequence in the 70s with the song Funk You Up, where she was Angie B on that record.
First female hip hop group of all time. First female hip hop group to go gold.
Yeah, and I think when I watched the interview, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know that.
I didn't know during the interview. You see, I was surprised if you watched the interview.
Yep, you were. Angie Stone leaves behind her 2 children, Diamond and Michael. Diamond is her daughter and the mother of her 2 grandchildren, and then Michael is her son. Now, her songs, let's get into her catalog. Again, we can't do everything, but if we're talking catalog, there's so many big songs that she had. No More Rain, which was off of her debut album, Black Diamond in 1999. This album went gold as well too. Wish I Didn't Miss You.
It's my favorite one right there.
From her second album, Mahogany Soul. She has Brother. She also is the voice of the Girlfriend's theme song, which I watched a lot of people learn in real time over this weekend as well too.
Oh God.
Which is good. Yeah, I knew that.
But I forget I'm old.
I knew that,
and
though.
And a Girlfriend's fanatic. And Angie's from Columbia, South Carolina, so I'm not knocking anybody who didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who didn't know. I think I only knew because I'm so into the interviews.
He talks about it all the time.
Exactly. I mean, he's a big fan of the show as well too. But
he's a girlfriend.
She talks about it all the time, and I remember watching an interview where she talked about they literally told her when they didn't play her riff, the ratings on the show would go down for that episode. So whenever they did play the riff, they called it the good luck charm for the Girlfriend's show. So she's talked about that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to take that time, and we do have some of her music that I want to make sure that we get to play.
Wow. Tragic, man. Wow. Tragic.
So many records here. So tragic.
God bless the soul of Angie Stone. It's just a reminder that when it's your time, it's your time. Because you in a vehicle with, you say, 8 other people?
Yeah.
And you're the only one who passed. You can't question God when it's your time.
That's right.
Literally, you can be here with somebody today and they're gone tomorrow. So don't take anybody or any moment for granted at all.
Yeah.
And God bless her family, man.
100%. She was 63 years old. I'm not for sure if I said that at the beginning, but I wanted to make sure I said that as well too.
Imagine how all the folks that was in the vehicle with her feel.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? You grateful that your life was spared, but then you grieving because Angie's gone. My God, man. Just God bless the soul of Angie Stone, man.
Yeah, sending some prayers for the other people that were in that vehicle, because the accident looked pretty horrible. So
looked crazy.
Yeah.
Hip hop pioneer, neo soul pioneer, R&B icon, South Carolina legend. Drop on the clues bombs for Angie Stone.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is the mess.
And at 8 a.m. we will be playing back our conversation that we had with Angie Stone in 2019.
That's right.
Some people are just like fairy tales. I feel like she's one of them. It's really crazy to be saying R.I.P. to, even though she's lived a very full life, it's just, I still am like, that's so crazy.
I mean, 63 is still young though.
Yeah, 63 is young, but it's just like I would never. I thought it was a lie. I just knew this was like something Twitter created until I called her up.
Because any type of accident is always so abrupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like when you die of health issues, it can be abrupt too. But like, when you hear like a car accident or,
nothing was planned. It was
like, it just feels like things were cut short. Correct. But no, when it's your time, it's your time.
All right. All right, when we come back, we got front page news, so don't go anywhere. And again, we're going to be replaying our Angie Stone interview from 2019 in the 8 o'clock hour, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Let's get in some front page news. Now, over the weekend, the fight. Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach Jr. ended in a draw.
Good squabble. Squabble. I think draw was the right call.
I think so too.
You know, immediately when the fight was over, you know, I was thinking to myself, okay, they're either gonna call it a draw or it's gonna be a split decision that leans towards Roach. So, you know, when they called draw, I thought that was the right call. Even though they should have counted Tank taking that knee as a knockdown. They do that, Roach wins the fight.
Yeah, he definitely wins the fight. And, you know, I'm a casual boxing fan. Like, I'm not a boxer fan. But when I seen it, I thought that, you know, when you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
100% is a knockdown. It should have been counted as a knockdown.
You can't call a timeout.
The ref actually could have called the fight. Because if you take a knee and then you run to your corner like that, that's like quitting.
Yeah. Most people thought that was what was going to happen after, like when he went to the corner. I thought it was over too.
Yeah, well, he did say that he got his hair braided and the grease was in his eye, and he wanted to wipe that out of his eye.
There was a lack of focus from Tank the whole fight that I saw though. Right, like even the way he was chatting with the referee and everything, like it was just I don't know. He didn't look like himself.
And he always be running to the side looking for his people. But I felt like when he was doing that as well, I'm like, I think he underestimated it a little bit.
And I was very impressed at the way Roach was able to take Tank's power. Because Tank was landing some shots and Roach was eating them. Like,
didn't even know.
Mm-hmm. Well, good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. I'm like, dang, can I get in this conversation just a little bit? If for anything, they should bring it back to the DMV. You know what I'm saying? We got MGM, we got convention centers, we got, you know what I'm saying? So Barclays was cool, but everything, so the reigning WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, they clashed in the bout, ending in a controversial draw. And as previously mentioned, as you guys talked about.
It wasn't controversial. You see the DMV bias.
No, it is.
Controversial.
It is controversial. There's so many people that are like, what the heck happened? People feel like because Tank
they feel like he should have lost.
Because they feel like because Gervonta 2 years, he was able to get back up and that fight went on.
Okay,
it was controversial.
Okay, I'm like, dang, let me get into it. Okay, so as previously mentioned, y'all talked about the knee that Tank took in the 9th round. That was not ruled a knockout by referee Steve Willis. But to your point, MV, let's take a listen to Tank's reason why he took that knee.
I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she picked grease in my so the was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bull? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my hair done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you.
Excuses like that always sound weak in boxing. You know what I mean? Like, the only excuses that work in boxing is if you actually get hurt. Like, if your hand gets hurt in the ring, or it's like there's an actual injury. When you say things like grease fell in my eye, or when Deontay Wilder said his outfit that he wore to the ring was too heavy, so his legs was tight. Mm-hmm. Like, stuff like that be sounding crazy.
Well, but I will say this though, he wasn't phased. It's not like he ran to the corner to get some extra help. He looked fine. You don't feel like a little bit in that fight he gave a little bit of daze, a little bit like he was a little, shaky a little bit. Not during that point. Not when he took that knee though.
Also too, the hairstylist said that that's not what happened. She did his hair Wednesday and she posted that he's done so much stuff since Wednesday. She said the grease in question, it literally says no grease, no alcohol, no flaking, no wax. So
something happened. Like I don't know how hard that punch was. Roach hit him with. It didn't seem like it was that hard, but it did something.
Well, let's hear from Lamont Roach. He also spoke after the fight saying he put belt to butt. Let's hear those comments from Lamont Roach.
I'm him. I'm telling you that. I'm one of the best fighters in the world, man. And it showed tonight. He probably wasn't welling when he said the grease got in his eye. But if you voluntarily take a knee and the rest start counting, it should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not banking on that knockdown to win. I just thought I pulled it out. What happens next? I want to run it back for show.
So as a result of this fight now, Tank's record is no longer perfect. It was 30-0, but now he has that one draw. And but at least he gets to hold on to his title. So to y'all guys pointing to the point of the fighters, they want to run it back, and we'll see what happens again. And I'm sure it'll be highly, highly anticipated. If it's not going to be in the DMV, it got to be in Vegas. So I don't know. But speaking of fights, let's get back on the topic of Zelensky and Trump. European leaders are pledging billions in support to Ukraine following the emergency summit in London on Sunday. Now, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, he said UK, France, and others will work to figure out a plan to stop the fighting and present it to President Trump. He also rejected a suggestion by a reporter that the U.S. is not a reliable ally after President Trump's heated exchange with Ukrainian President Zelensky in the Oval Office. So let's hear more from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting. But to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing. Nobody wanted to see what happened last Friday, but I do not accept that the US is an unreliable ally. The US has been a reliable ally to the UK for many, many decades and continues to be.
Well, that's good. That's good. He still has faith in the U.S. to be a good ally. Because, you know, I can see, you know, people all over the country, people all over the world, you know, stocking up on nuclear weapons, are creating, new nuclear weapons just because they may not feel safe. They may not feel like the U.S. is a reliable ally. So I'm glad that they still do.
Well, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, he also entered the chat. You know, there's a lot of reaction to all of this. He said that a message was sent, and he's proud of how the president handled it. Meanwhile, Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, he said this is not good and said the exchange was performative. Let's hear the comments from them.
I've never been more proud of President Trump for showing the American people and the world you don't trifle with this man.
You know, saying thank you in the Oval Office, being put on the spot like that is, it seemed to me that it was just, J.D. Vance saying, hey, look what I can do, Dad.
Well, look, you guys, it's a lot going on. So let me just try to wrap this thing up with a bow. There's other news going on in South Carolina. The state is currently under a state of emergency as wildfires ravage the state. Governor Henry McMaster, he made the declaration on Sunday as one of the largest fires threatens residents in the Myrtle Beach area. Now, the fire in the Carolina forest has burned over 1,000 acres and is 0% contained as of last check. Meanwhile, the North Carolina Fire Service says wildfire in Polk County has destroyed at least 400 acres and is also 0% contained as of last check. More than 170 wildfires have erupted across both states, blackening a combined 4,200 acres and forcing mass evacuations. It's crazy because usually, South Carolina, North Carolina doesn't deal with these type of situations. We were just seeming to wrap up what was going on, the devastating wildfires that impacted LA. So do you guys have any thoughts on this? Charlamagne, I know that's where you're from.
I've never heard of South Carolina wildfires in my life, but definitely sending prayers and positive energy out to everybody in Myrtle Beach that has to deal with that at this moment.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, there's so much more to talk about, but at the end of the day gonna end. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me at Morgan Media for more news coverage. Follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Let's make it a great week.
All right, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Now, when we come back, RZA will be joining us. Of course, RZA from Wu-Tang. They're going on the final tour. Wu-Tang Forever, the final chapter. Tickets are on sale right now. And we're going to talk to RZA when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legend,
RZA. He's here back. Welcome.
Bong back in the building.
How you feeling, brother?
I feel super good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everything is lovely. I see you guys are back on tour.
Yes, indeed. Wu-Tang Clan, the final chamber.
How difficult was that to put together?
Not as difficult as it used to be, you know what I mean? But this is our last chance to run around the globe together. And it kind of was, everybody, agreed that it was the time. We started thinking of a name. Everybody's like, this one, that. The final chamber. Sorry, let's end with that. So bong, bong, here we are.
Why the final chamber, though? Like, how do you know you're putting a period on this? Is it just for the tour or just Wu-Tang in general?
Oh, no, Wu-Tang's forever. That's why we put that Wu-Tang Forever in there.
Word.
Because it's, Wu-Tang is beyond just our physical presence of it, you know what I mean? But as far as us coming together and coming to your city, all 9 members on stage, you know what I mean? When you get your ticket, you getting that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you go to a Wu show, you might get 4, 5, you know what I mean? So this is like, here we all are. Clear your schedule for this, you know what I mean? And let's run around the globe one more time together. So we'll start right here in America, then shoot across the water, you know what I mean, show some love and just kind of, best way I can say it is take off that, it's kind of a burden to all come together, you know what I mean, because everybody got a life, a job, something going on in their lives. And so what we said, when that woo bat sign go up, we all come, and the sign went up, and everybody's here.
Did the residency make it easier for everybody to say, yo, we can do this?
The residency helped, but even at the residency, we had some absentees. You know what I mean? So, but it really helped, because it really helped just that consistency of coming together, the consistency of our brotherhood. Our brotherhood really never diminished over the years. And I think for Wu-Tang, we represent community unity. You know, so many of us was inspired by, like, yo, the Wu is like your whole neighborhood on stage, you know what I mean? And I think that we could use that right now, I think, you know what I mean? Like, even artistically for the culture, we could come in and look at the example of the Wu. Yeah, so the time is now, you know what I mean?
Now, I seen in an interview that you said you went to each member and said, what do you want to be on this tour? What do you need? And you was able to give everybody that. How difficult was that? And was there anybody that you couldn't give what they wanted?
Nah, at the end of the day, you know, you gotta be satisfied, right? So we know we deal with mathematics, right? And we know that when there's dissatisfaction, it breeds confusion, right? They say, you know, even when 70% of the people were satisfied, the other 30% was dissatisfied. And that other 30% went and started their own shit, and now you got competition. So you got to strive to reach satisfaction. And satisfaction is when someone can say, yo, for me, you know, I don't care if it's just like, yo, I just want bananas every night in my dressing room. That's what he want. You know what I mean? Let's accommodate that.
Gotcha.
Let's accommodate the comfortability, because I know I see it different. My brother Devon see it different. Our whole management team. We know that when you are going out on the road, you leaving your family. You know what I mean? You're leaving with your routine of life. And so we want to make you as comfortable as possible. So this becomes a moment of joy versus a moment of work.
Are you confident that every single member is going to show up for the show?
I mean, I'm confident for confidence sake. You know what I mean? Of course I'm confident, you know what I mean? But, you know, this is life, you know what I mean? You can make a wrong turn on the 95 and end up in a small town for the night. You know what I mean? But nah, I mean, as far as the intention, it's all about intention. And the intention, everybody is intending to be here. So if there's a glitch in the matrix, you know, we'll deal with it.
Right.
And there's an album to come with this too?
No. I mean, Law Mathematics has a new album that he put together called Black Sansom. He got a new song called Mandingo. He took all like the black exploitation and kung fu movies and did an album and got the entire Wu-Tang Clan MCs on it. Got Benny the Butcher, Cool G, just one of those Law Mathematics albums. That's dope. And so that's ironically is coming out around the same time, but it wasn't like a strategy plan. It was just like he finished it at the time when the tour is about to happen. So that's a blessing for him. And then I did hear, I could say this on the air, I did hear some of Raekwon's new album too. He's on. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what we're going
So hopefully he gets that out before the tour drops and bong bong.
Are you involved in Ray's new album?
Just, you know, I'm the abbot, you know what I mean? They come to the temple and see if the abbot, you know, want to add some flavor to it or give some wisdom or advice, you know what I mean? But he's the foundation of it. He came to me right during the holidays when he felt like he had a nice, I just call it a
body of work.
Yeah, body of work. I was gonna call it dough, like piece of dough. You gotta mold that, you know what I mean? But yeah, and we vibed out, listened to it twice, and then was like, I had some vision and share my vision. But that's it's him doing it. Raekwon's always, he's a general, always, know how to lead himself. But then also as a general, it's wise to check in with the abbot and be like, yo, abbot, what's your 2 cents on this?
Who was the most difficult to get to do this? And not because of them being difficult, but maybe because of scheduling, right? You got Meth that's acting, you're acting and producing, you got Raekwon that owns a bunch of businesses, and these brothers leaving their families. Who was the most difficult to get? It was like, this is going to be a little tough.
I won't say difficult, but you know who does the most shows out of all of us?
Who's that?
The
Ghost, right?
No, the RZA.
Oh, word.
Listen, the RZA is, he's like a jazz musician, yo. It's like you call him, yo, want to do the residency. Say, I got 40 shows. I'm going to Europe. Or, I'm going to 20 shows in Canada.
Wow.
He stays, that Liquid Sword album, arguably one of the best hip-hop albums of all time, too.
Absolutely.
It's just go. So you got to check his schedule because he definitely is knocking 150 shows out a year. And so we actually have to pace and wait for it. And I personally
he had to wait for it because he was on tour.
Yeah, I gave him a call. I was like, how's your schedule for this year? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I'm good. All right, I need this much time right here. And bang bang. Gave me his word.
I want to get back to the tour. I want to ask you about Liquid Source since we on it, because we was having a whole debate last night in the group chat just about Wu-Tang songs, Wu-Tang music, because my guy B-Dot put out a top 10 greatest Wu-Tang records, and on Liquid Swords, Cold World. It goes Cold World, Labels, Fourth Chamber, and the Shadow Boxing. That's probably one of the greatest sequences on an album. Do you remember arranging that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. That's one of my specialties, I think. Not knowing then, right? The natural ability of editing or having a through line of storytelling. But it was always been my personality. And at that time, it was only expressed through music. Now it's being expressed, and I direct films and TV shows and all that, but it was the same type of energy. Like, I could feel the way it go. I could feel when the listener is listening. It's like, oh, yo, I want your emotion to rise up, get them up. Because by the time you got the Fourth Chamber, you driving, you might get a ticket. You know what I mean? And I wanted, you you feel that right here. Yeah, I always strive to get that feeling, to have your spine. Like I said, lyrics, March of the Wooden Soldiers, see cyberpunks try to hold us, 1,000 men wrestling, I want to hold us. Perpendicular to the square, we stand low like flare, escape from your dragon's lair. In particular, my beats travel like a vortex, up your spine to the top of your cerebral cortex.
Ooh, yeah.
That's my goal, is to hit you, bam, then I'm good.
All right, we got more with RZA when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and we're still kicking it with RZA. The final tour, the final Wu-Tang Forever tour, the final chapter. Tickets are on sale right now, and we're still kicking it with RZA. Charlamagne?
When the last time you listened to your verse on Fourth Chamber? Because it's so relevant to the day. That's why
I'm back into the study of everything of Wu right now. This tour, first of all, we got special guests, Run the Jewels. And so it's like, this is going to be a lyrical tour. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those tours that, you're going to get your sweat off, guaranteed. You're going to get your jumps. You're going to get your classics, but it's going to be those moments you're going to be like, I needed that. You know what I mean? Because, words, in the beginning was the word, and the word became flesh. And so those words are healing. We need it. I had something I was going to say to y'all this morning. A law of segregation and discrimination is a sickness to any nation. When you deny a portion of the population a chance to experience the elevation, it will only lead to the decimation of your system. And the next generation will pay for the mistake that will result in economic inflation. Ghetto living, innocent black Latinos and European immigrants stuffed inside housing tenements. Low income recipients, they got to choose between the food or the rent. Neighborhoods are cramped like POW camps. And X marked the spot where the insidious policies were stamped. Bad health increasing, bad policing, and there's gentrification and Michael and Brad is leasing. At night, they feel fright from the dimly lit street lights. My man G, he could beef and fight, but he couldn't eat right. Loud sounds echoing gunshots, he couldn't sleep right. Wow, what a life. When your life ain't worth a loaf of bread or a box of white rice. Yeah, blessed be the meek. They said turn the other cheek. But J-Bone just knocked him out with a sneaky right to put him off his feet. It could come last, it could come fast in the blast. Knock your senses back to the past. It's like old popping sounds of big brass sections you hear from old jazz. Me, I stick to a piano key. Speak from a low, A minor, to a soprano, E, B-O-B. It's the Abbott MC.
Oh, you getting back in the booth then? Because it sounds like you ready.
It ain't, whether it's in the booth or not, this tour, like I said, this is that moment. For the Wu, that W, that wisdom, that you, that unpredictability. Like let's get that back into the system. I honestly feel that Wu is like a part of hip hop culture that's needed. You know what I mean? And whether we could be the ones that continue to physically do it, or some young brothers are listening and they pick it up and they come and bring that wave. Like there's some young brothers I know, Coast Contra, y'all been seeing them?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Good flows, good style, good everything. Once they start injecting a little more wisdom into that, hip hop needs that. You know what I mean? It ain't all just about all our money, guns, and sex and drugs. You know what I mean? That's a portion of it. But it's not all of it.
I saw you say something recently where you said Hot 97 banning Wu-Tang's music contributed to, I guess, not just the decline of the group, but just the decline of New York sound and everything.
Guaranteed. Yeah. I mean, we could date that. You know what I mean? We could look at it and see it happening. Because when you're dealing with business, like all of us, you know, we got jobs, right? And so we got to come in and do our job. If the dude say, hey, paint it blue, and you the painter, you got to paint it blue, right? Even though you know, like, man, this blue is going to really turn everybody away, or it's really, the paint got lead in it or whatever. You still got to stick to the job. And I think, like, at that time, and even maybe now, people were scared to fight for each other. You know what I mean? That's been one of our issues, I think, as our culture. But there was a point when the culture, because of money, we did started accepting each other. I remember when like Master P and them would come to New York and we accepted it, you know what I mean? When Dre and Snoop and Ice Cube, we accepted it, you know. First, we accepted from the music, right? And that's private. But then when somebody's blowing money, then you accept it because of the money. And so now you admire him because of his money, but not because of his skill or because of the culture. You know what I mean? So when that starts happening, it's almost like you're diminishing the culture because of the money. So yeah, a dude could make a hit. At the end of the day, we talk about hip-hop hits. Hammer had hits, baby.
Hell yeah.
Okay? He was going diamond.
And people didn't accept that as hip-hop for some reason back then.
Even worse than that, right? And I know I was pretty hard on Hammer myself, so I'm gonna act like I wasn't, you know, because I was on some woo, right? But we don't even give him his accolades, yo. He opened the door at the end of the day, right?
We made fun of him
for commercial success.
We did all that, but
yeah, he helped. See, that's why I say Allah is merciful. He takes a flaw. Let me give you a quick metaphor. I won't go too deep, but let's look at two of our greatest artists, right? 50 Cent and I'm gonna say Ye. Both caught a flaw in their jaw. Right? One from a car crash and one from a tragic street incident. But both now develop a tone that attracts the world. So from a flaw in the jaw, Allah blesses them more. It's like nah. Now you come back and it's like his whole swag, his whole everything is sharpened without even knowing. So hip hop itself, they say the dude was like, he said he was in his crib, one of the old DJs, right? He's in the crib and his mom's coming and he holds the record. Huh? And she's like, no, turn it down, blah, blah, blah. He's like, holding it. Now the scratch is invented.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? From a flaw.
You ever had one of those?
So many, to be quite frank. It's just like sometimes you could go to your beat machine and it just glitches out. You know what I mean? I feel like Method Man, the original drum, the way it happened, was almost like a glitch out. But I liked it. Then I just emulated it. I emulated the mistake. I think this. No, not that. The pat, put the pat, the pat, the pat. It's like that's the bounce of it. So so when a guy like him got it on the mic, he started riding his horse. You know what I mean? But there's others. It just happens like that. You know, when it will flaw. I mean, even if you think about Shame, right? I mean, Dirty came in late to the studio, but he did that verse right, one take, and then he's like, Shame, pow. That was like, he just, I said, nah, go do it over. He said, nah, God, they're going to love it. Wow. I was like, all right.
He was right.
Exactly. I mean, I learned from that. Like,
that was a one take and
one take.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Yeah, I through that, but got through all of that. Wow. You know what I mean? That's one thing about Dirty, if we could talk about him for a moment. Shout out to YDB. He'll be on the tour with us. He'll be,
that's his son, right?
That's his son, his firstborn son, Barson. He'll be on the tour, doing his father verses for us. He's been doing it for years and he's been doing a great job. But one thing about Dirty, he almost never say the lyric the same way twice. If he did it, shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Next time he do it, he's not going to do it like that. He's almost like once again, like a jazz musician. He just goes with the spirit. You know what I mean? And he'll say a rhyme that we wrote when we was 14 years old. And then he was saying it during the Wu era. And eating up because I'll grab the mic and I'll damage her. And, like, you listen to his album, that lyric is on the album twice.
Yeah.
Right?
Favorite songs, yeah.
Yeah, right? Because it was more of a performance, more of a energy that he would bring versus just the lyrical content. But he was very special, and I think he helped bring freedom to hip-hop expression.
Do you ever remember those records that you lost in the flood? Did you ever get any of that or were able to produce that over or any of that at all?
Nothing ever came back like it was. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, Envy. We're building this time capsule for the tour, and we're going to invite our fans, you know, to come out, and somebody will win every night where you could take something from your Wu nostalgia, your Wu history, and put it in this time capsule. And we don't know where we're going to put it at. I may bury it somewhere, I may put it in a museum, but I'm going to collect something from every, city, from somebody. But the first thing I'm going to put in there, and I'm kind of telling you for the first time because going to surprise. I'm going to take those discs that had Inspector Deck's album, and I'm going to put it in that time capsule.
Wow.
And if somebody find it years later and open it up and figure out that, if technology could get all that or whatever is on it, bang, bang.
I'm shocked we don't have that now. There's no technology that can get that now.
Hasn't happened. We took Deck's, Matt, they snuck a few out and tried to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's on floppy disk, yo. They took it to the NASA people and they didn't get it.
Get it out.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, we got more with RZA when we come back. The Wu-Tang Tour, the final chapter. Tickets are on sale right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. The RZA is here. Now, that one album, I can't remember his name, that the gentleman bought.
Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, Mark Shkreli. Did you ever get that album back? Because I know there was a fight to get it back. Did you ever get it back?
Not personally, but it's owned by a group of people called Pleaser Dow. It continues to increase in value and have its own life. I mean, they bought it for like $4 million, and now there's people talking about like a whole nother thing of what it could be. So it's kind of one of those things that have a life of its own.
Are we ever going to hear that, or that's part of the deal that they can never play it publicly?
Actually, I'm striving now at this phase since we're at this age and kind of figure out something. I mean, the thing was, it was like it can't be commercialized, right, for 88 years. You know what I mean? So
it can't be sold. It can't be on.
It can't be commercial. It can't be commercialized.
Streaming service.
You could give it away. I told Mr. Shkreli that in the beginning. I was like, yo, 'cause especially just to give you a little backstory on that. I met him before he became the most evilest man in the world. Remember, they had the most evilest man in the world. So I met him before he became Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? Straight up. And we sat down and he was telling me, I'm a Wu fan. I love 50 Cent. I love hip hop. Raekwon, some of his lyrics have made me do business things, and he had a whole plan. He was gonna buy this Enigma machine. I don't know if you know what the Enigma machines are.
I don't.
Those are the decoding machines they used to make in World War II when they had to figure out. In fact, it led to the computer. So he wants, and all the Turning Papers, who's the guy who basically invented the computer. He was in the Wu album. He was like, I'm gonna get all these things, and you're gonna do something. I was like, okay, what the f you gonna do? But he had a plan, like whatever he was gonna do, boom. And then when it went negative on him, like maybe a few months later, I saw it on TV. I saw him on the news. I was telling my wife, yo, that's the guy that we selling the album to. She said, oh, I wouldn't sell it to him. I said, oh no, it's already like a deal, even though the money didn't exchange hands. It was already a deal and was in contract form. So I was like, nah. I mean, I sat down with him. I told him yes. So now it's at the day that he gets it, and he got a lot of security, and everything. And he has some big dudes with him. And I just said, let me talk to him for a moment by himself. Come here, kid. He's still a kid to me. Right? So I'm like, yo, listen. If I was you, I would just give this away to the world. Like, do something good, because people were saying like, you bad right now. He was like, just smiled at me. And went worse. Yeah, so, but I think that would be a beautiful thing if it was a way to give it, or I just think it would be nice to share it.
B-Dot did these, so I'm gonna read you these top 10 best Wu-Tang songs. Yeah, number 10, Wu-Tang Ain't Nothing to With. Number 9, Winter Wars. Number 8, Mystery of Chess Boxing. Number 7, Reunited. Number 6, It's Yours. Number 5, Protect Your Neck. Number 4, Can It Be All So Simple. Number 3, Ice Cream. Number 2, Triumph. Number 1, Cream. We started flaming them in the group chat. We just just not a good list.
That's his list. That's his list.
But then,
very commercialized.
Oh, that's B-Dot right there.
B-Dot just happened to be there.
What up, yo?
But we said Impossible is one of those songs that should be on there. What do you think of that list, first of all?
Well, no, the list is up to the list maker. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
he gets that list from online. That's people that go on his online and hit him while he's doing the live thing. So
not just that, and also that list might be the top 10 streamers. At the end of the day, you go and check the top streamers.
But those are the commercialized lists. Those are the ones that are casual Wu fans. Those are the ones that they like.
Yeah, those are the ones you better perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We come in, you better hit us. And yo, look, the beautiful thing is Winter Wars. Cap came out of nowhere, right?
Oh my God.
Remember that? I mean, that's some time ago. But once again, talent. Nobody knew this guy. You know what I mean? We knew him. You know what I mean? I knew that, yo, he's one of the dopest MCs on Staten Island while we was growing up. Me and him always had tapes together. Like, we had our tapes was circulating before Wu had tapes. That's why he's like, me and RZA name printed in the tablet under vets. We paid our debts for mad years. He was like, we was already having tapes before the other brothers was doing their thing. But he comes out of the now, and Ugar brings him to the crib, and boom, I was just happy to see him. You know, because Capadonna, his name at first was Original Legit. Or Original, right? So I was like, Original, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, you know, his slang is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, Donna J. Bird. I was like, what's that? And Capadonna. And it wasn't no Capadonna Street on Staten Island yet. Like maybe 5 years later, there's like a Capadonna named after. I didn't know what Capadonna was.
Yeah. Who's your favorite MC in Wu-Tang?
I mean, the RZA is the head. I mean, I argue with people if you want to argue, and especially at that time. If you go and check the RZA's lyrics and his catalog of lyrics, I don't think you're going to find no other MC, you know, that compared to him lyrically. I mean, like I put RZA as my favorite MC, and the way that he approached the mic and the things that he's done. You think about labels back then, where he's using every label, but he's telling you a cohesive, clear story. You know what I mean? With metaphors and wit and yeah, and then he goes on to do it again with Fame, and then he goes on to do it with Animal Planet. You know, when he did it with Animal Planet, which was crazy, because he just used all the football teams and was talking about how the Jaguars against the Lions. And I was like, yo, that's like just as he's deep, but it might take him like a year to write a verse like that. He won't write it like Ray hit the pen and be done in an hour, and it be fly. The RZA is like, he's still working on it. Like, you know what I mean? He got songs he's still been working on for 10 years because he won't say it. If he does something quick, he'll do it just because he has to do it. But that's not his best intention as an MC. His intention as an MC is to make it almost biblical or something. Like, almost like everything is no filler, no words are filling the ideas. You know what I mean?
What's the most underrated Wu-Tang song that you think deserves more love, and that when y'all perform on tour, everybody just goes crazy?
Well, depending where you at, right? But I know one Wu-Tang song that definitely seemed like, I don't think New Yorkers ever even heard it. Gravel Pit.
Ooh. Of course, that was with the video, y'all dressed like the Flintstones and all that.
yeah, exactly. All the fur coats and all that. But man, overseas, you could play it twice in a concert.
They love it.
Wow. Yeah. But in New York, they don't play that. You know what I mean? If somebody get mad, that come on, like goes to somebody and start frowning at you, like, yo, God, who the that's? Yo, Math. Math, like, I ain't doing my verse.
What was it, the video or just?
You know what? I think I was reaching. I was like, I attempted to make a song in a RZA way that was like poppy.
Commercial.
For radio.
Yeah, I attempted, But
I never needed that.
I know, but I did. You know, here's the backstory of that song, if I could share real quick. No, that song was meant for Aaliyah. So
Aaliyah?
Yeah, we was in the studio. Man, we talked about it, and I said, I have this whole Flintstone concept. I'm gonna have you dressed up like
Betty.
Yeah, like Pebbles, but
Pebbles.
But you know, because Aaliyah was such in great shape and all that, and I just had this whole plan, and she was be like, yeah, we agreed, and it just things went.
So she was gonna sing over that beat and everything, or was this wow?
Yeah, and imagine her on it.
Yeah, because it was more dancey and I get what you're saying. Okay.
Word. Well, we appreciate you for joining us. The tickets are on sale right now for the
Final Chamber Tour with Run the Jewels.
Get your tickets, and we appreciate you, RZA.
Appreciate you too, brother.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. It's RZA. Well, let's get to the mess. Worldwide mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the culture show
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back, and I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Okay, so y'all remember the whole legal back and forth that Drake had happening in Texas with like iHeart, and he was alleging that Universal Music Group was paying money to iHeart over not like a Universal Music Group was paying money to the radio stations, iHeart radio stations, over not like us and boosting the streams. So there have been reports that there was an alleged settlement between Drake and UMG when it came to that whole like airplay, radio play, not like us situation.
UMG?
So originally he was alleging that UMG was paying iHeart to play Not Like Us more, payola. Now there have been these reports that there's been a settlement so that this is all over now, right? And that's all that was out there. But
settlement with iHeart.
Yes, that there's a settlement with iHeart. Yes, not with UMG, with iHeart. But that is not what happened.
What happened?
Well, we know nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining. But I need DJ Academics and all the Drake fan pages to gather around to get the truth regardless.
Get the facts.
It's simple. What Drake filed against iHeart wasn't a lawsuit. What he filed was a petition.
Yes.
And it was a petition to try to make iHeart give a deposition. So Drake wasn't asking for money. He was asking for information. Right. So iHeart could not have made a payment. iHeart could negotiate to give Drake documents or something else showing they didn't do anything wrong. And once Drake received those documents and saw that there was nothing there, he could agree to drop his petition. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, he simply dropped his petition because after he saw what he needed to see, he realized iHeart was not engaged in any of the actions that he was accusing them of. End of story. And I know Drake fan pages won't run with that because it's not as entertaining as saying, iHeart settled with Drake for money and Drake was right all along. But, no, your guy Drake simply dropped the lawsuit or dropped the petition because there was nothing there. Mm-hmm. Yes. That
is what happened.
Okay.
Now, speaking of not like us, the Oscars went down last night, the 97th Oscars. They happened, Academy Awards, they happened in Hollywood at the Dolby Theater. Conan O'Brien was the host. And he is currently trending right now because of a Drake-Kendrick Lamar related joke that he dropped halfway through the show. So let's take a listen to that joke real quick.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up.
Well, how soon is he going to get him a petition or a letter? How soon is Conan going to get one?
For that one.
Okay. Now, the show went down with over 23 different categories being announced. The most awarded films last night were Anora. They took home 5 Oscars. The Brutalist took home 3, but Wicked took home 2. They were actually nominated for 10 Oscars, but only won 2. They won one for Best Costume Design, which was Paul Tazwell. He is now the first black man to win an Oscar for costume design. Let's take a listen to him.
This is absolutely astounding. Thank you, Academy, for this very significant honor. I'm the first black man to receive Costume Design Award for my work on Wicked. I'm so proud of this. Thank you, Mom and Emma, so much. Thank you, everyone in the UK, for all of your beautiful work. I could not have done this without you. My Ozian muses, Cynthia and Ariana, I love you so much. All the other cast, thank you for trusting me with bringing your characters to life.
Yeah, so he joins Ruthie Carter, who was also a black woman, to win an Oscar for Black Panther.
Hampton alone.
Yep, and they also won, Wicked also won for Best Production Design. Now, if Cynthia Erivo would have won the category she was nominated for specifically, she would have unseated a few people for the youngest EGOT, like that, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, what's the T?
Tony Award,
yes. Yeah. But she didn't win last night, so she didn't get that.
I'm so stupid. When she said, "What's the tea?" I was like, "You supposed to be telling us." What's the tea? I thought you meant like the tea, like spilling the tea.
I know what you meant, girl. Mm-hmm. But she didn't get that. But let me just tell y'all,
they were supposed to sweep. They made it seem like Wicked was going to sweep this year.
They were supposed to. Honora came in and took it though, but they did have such big moments. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo opened the show performing some of the songs from Wicked. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, when I tell you, say the mic is on or not, Cynthia Erivo, she invented the mic at this point because she sounded so great live last night.
Killed it.
Yo, she sounded amazing. Ariana Grande had to sit back. It just was such her moment. I was like, yo, she sounds amazing live. That is very hard to do. They also did a tribute to Quincy Jones. Whoopi and Oprah came out and kicked off the tribute. We don't have time to play the audio for them, but
hey, yo, Whoopi looked good last night, yo. I was looking at her. No disrespect. I was looking at her body. Her body looked good. Wow. She was very in shape.
Yes.
Am I tripping? Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know.
I wasn't looking at Whoopi like that. But
I don't know. Yeah,
the way the dress was fitting was great yesterday.
Whoopi looked great on the carpet.
The fit was fitting. The waist was wasting.
The fit was fit. I'm talking about her shoulders. Like she just looked good.
I like the dress too. That didn't even cross my mind with Whoopi. I don't know.
Me neither. Salute to Whoopi.
Yeah,
she looked healthy.
Okay.
Any more?
All right.
Maybe I was tripping. I don't know. Wasn't she out there with Oprah?
Okay.
Yeah, she was out there with Oprah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw what they saw.
They did.
You're not gonna salute Zoe Saldana?
Yes, I was trying to get to it, but then we got distracted because he saw Whoopi. Yes,
good,
Zoe Saldana. She also won. She took home Best Actress in a Supporting Role, and she made history as what was the actual title? She made history as
I seen Whoopi last night, bro. I seen that. He put up pics of Whoopi.
Dang.
Jesus.
I can't even get Zoe's.
Well, salute to Zoe. She's from Queens in Jersey. You know, she's Dominican and Puerto Rican.
I think she's the best. She was
your cousin?
First Dominican. I got to get this right. I can't.
So she won last night. So congratulations to her. Her mother was in the building, so she was happy to do that in front of her mother.
Yeah, she's the first Dominican American actress to win a Oscars award. Her mom was in the building, and she cried out for her mom. She came up and was looking for her mom. I thought that like tear jerked me a little bit. You good? Did you see Zoe Saldana last night?
No, I didn't actually.
Zoe's story is crazy. Her pops passed away when she was younger in a car accident, and her mother had to send her back to DR to put her in school while she worked, and then brought her back over here. And it was a tough and hard life. So the fact that she called out for her mom was amazing. So
y'all learned that during Dominican History Month in school?
No, we just learned that just now last night. It made us go look her up. I didn't know she was Dominican.
I'm talking to the Dominican. I'm not talking. See, this is what your problem. Representation matters, and when the Dominican talking, you won't let him finish the story.
You didn't even see them last night. You only saw Whoopi, so don't talk about representation to me.
Because I see black women. Drop on the clues bomb for Whoopi Goldberg. 69 years old, looking good. You only saw her body, though.
Okay, sir. There's no Dominican in here. Red's Puerto Rican. I'm black. You're black. She's black.
Yep.
You're Dominican.
Yep, and Zoe Saldana is as well Dominican. She says she's the child of immigrant parents and first American of Dominican descent to win an Oscar. So shout out to them as we wrap this on up.
Salute to her. All right, Charlamagne, who you giving a donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, there is a perverted ass optometrist. That's what you call them, right? The people that give you glasses?
The optometrist.
Yes. Brian
I never
Steiner.
know what him. I was like, did he mean gynecologist? I was like, yeah, the
no,
eyes is optometrist. Yes.
He needs to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with him. Freaky ass human.
How can you be perfect with that? All right, we'll find out when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch. Hee-haw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy. I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I mean it.
Who's getting that donkey? That donkey. That don't.
Donkey of the Day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the Donkey of the Day, but I mean no harm.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Monday, March 3rd goes to a man named Brian Steiner. Brian is from Pennsylvania, and he's a freaky-ass human 2020 vision god. What do you mean he's a 2020 vision god, Uncle Charla? Well, apparently times are very hard in the slums of Delaware County, Pennsylvania, because this man, Brian Steiner, was offering free glasses in exchange for sexual acts. Yes, glasses, face readers, eye spires, magnifying marbles, okay, vision vanquishers. This man was bartering optical for oral. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to 6 ABC News for the report, please.
A Delaware County optician faces some serious charges. Police say he offered customers free eyeglasses in exchange for sex. Investigators say that 40-year-old Brian Steiner, who worked at Philly Vision Care in Fullcroft, solicited sex from his customers. They say in return he would give out free glasses and waive charges and co-pays. Steiner admitted to police he had received or performed sexual acts inside the business at least 30 different times.
He wants asses for glasses? Now, I was born in 1978, so I've heard of a lot of discounts in my day. Buy one, get one free, percentage sales, early payment discounts, seasonal discounts, referral discounts. But what I've never heard of is the busted open for some bifocals discount. You want to get freaky for some frames? Brian, you're supposed to have a vision care plan, not a perverted rewards program. This is predatory on so many levels because you have to know who this will work on. You have to know that there are people who can't afford glasses. And the fact that you are preying on the financially challenged amongst us is what really makes me want to see you buried under the jail. Okay, we are in an era where we should be attempting to help people if they aren't in the best position financially. But no, you out here taking advantage of people. And the irony of this situation is you work in an eyeglass store. Your whole job is helping people see clearly, but you couldn't even see that this wouldn't end well. Do you know how financially desperate you have to be to want to give up sex for specs? And for Brian to know these people were desperate and take advantage of that desperation, I don't even believe in heaven or hell, but damn it, if there is a hell, please give this guy the hottest seat in the house, okay? I have a rule. And my rule is never trust people who will take advantage of others for their own benefit, especially when the person actually could use your kindness. Proverbs chapter 22, verses 22 and 23 says, don't take advantage of the poor just because you can. I repeat, don't take advantage of the poor just because you can. Self-explanatory, okay? If you believe in hell, Brian, you go into it, okay? And I'm going to tell you the sickest part of this story. After the patients agreed to do the sexual favors for the glasses, when he would give these visually impaired people the glasses, he would play this song. Why do you say my head? Hey, bitch, why do you say my head? Sick.
Oh my God.
Sick. It's a sick world, right? That's how I feel. Please let Remy Ma give Brian Steiner the biggest hee-haw. What are you laughing at?
Hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
You crazy.
This is sick.
That song with that story is crazy.
That's what happened.
I know, but it's just insane.
That's what happened. I didn't make that up. I'm just reading this news. What, Mack? Why is Mack in here? Mack, why did you walk in?
They say nothing about no
Mack,
food.
Why?
I know. I just
Mack, what's the problem?
I was back there talking to Eddie, and I was just like, could you imagine the eye test? You cover one eye up, and it's like, read the first line, and it's like D.
Bye.
C.
Go. Get out of here. Bye.
What's the second line? Say
C. Bye.
U.
Go right now. Leave. Exit stage left, please.
B.
Stop. Could you go? Could you leave now? Thank you very much.
The longer the eye test, the longer the duration. Like, how did this?
This is crazy. Y'all need to stop.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Can you imagine the people that couldn't still see after they got the glasses, didn't know what was going on?
Thank you again for the donkey of the day. Let's reset, guys. Come on. Woosah.
I'm fine.
Okay.
It's these immature people in here.
Woosah.
It's all you immature people. I am perfectly okay.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got to send a rest in peace to Angie Stone and condolences to her family.
Neo soul pioneer, hip hop pioneer, R&B icon, South Carolina legend, man. The good sister Angie Stone came up here in 2019, and what I found so interesting about that conversation is she was talking about just how she wanted her life to be documented, you know, and she was talking about a movie that she was going to be working on.
A movie and documentary.
Yeah.
So we're gonna replay that interview next. All right. And this is Angie Stone when she was on The Breakfast Club in 2019. We're gonna get that on next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is here as well. Now, we're about to get on an interview we did with Angie Stone in 2019.
Yeah, this was 2019. The good sister Angie Stone came up here to build with us, man. And, you know, this is the reason I love having conversations with people because it documents.
We document
It
so
documents
much.
their
So many
life,
interviews
and they get to
lives.
tell their
Yeah,
own
absolutely.
stories. And, you know, she's no longer here with us, but she told a lot about her life. She told a lot about her career. And, you know, she talked about basically how she wanted her movie to play out.
All right.
You know, that's what she was working on.
Well, let's jump into it now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. You know, I've been blessed for a long time.
40 plus years in this business.
You already know.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that Angie's one of the pioneers of rap. The Sequence, your first
female
group
hip-hop
to go gold.
Yeah, the first female group, period, to do an original rap record, to do a rap record that garnered the world. We had our neighborhood rappers, we had our New York City rappers, but Sequence was the world's rappers, and I think people get it twisted.
Funk It Up was the song,
Funk
right?
You Up.
Funk You Up.
So you got that mixed up with Bruno Mars. I ain't gonna go there though.
But didn't he sample it?
Well, what he did an interpolation of it.
You
know, like when he did the
But is he still have to
down,
pay?
funk it up. We're going to uptown funk. It's funk you right on up. We're going to funk you right on up. It's the same thing.
Did he have to pay?
We getting paid no attention right now, but guess what? It's all great.
You never thought of suing?
Yeah, well, my attorney went in and we tried to do some stuff. And, of course, because it's 3 group members and I've been doing my thing for a minute, it kind of pulled the seams at who's with who and who's down with who. And I just say, you know what, let it rest, because we're getting a lot of negative slack because a lot of people that don't know about the Sequence or that song, we're getting a lot of negative flack because they're like, that don't sound nothing like it. I'm like, they don't understand the interpolation process and how, you know, the reason we were upset because Bruno admitted that it was influenced by the Sequence.
Wow.
And he did that on Instagram, and then somebody snatched it down.
Right. And people do interpolations so they don't sample. So then they...
Well, Dr. Dre did Keep Your Heads Ringing. That was a direct rip from Funk You Up. They did... I mean, we wrote the song. We wrote the melody. We wrote the chant. We added singing to hip-hop. And now that everybody's doing it, it's okay. And I think it's wrong for them to try to overlook us because we're from South Carolina.
That's right.
I mean, what'd they go with?
Right.
Nothing.
So y'all didn't get paid from Dr. Dre either?
Yes, we did get paid.
Okay. They did the right thing.
And Bruno admitted it.
Well, he admitted it.
If he had kept that post up, boy, you'd have got paid.
But it's still there. Everything that's been on the internet is still...
the beauty of it is they admitted it, but the minute the elephant is brought out of the closet, everybody runs because nobody wants to be labeled a thief. And we just say that. I'm very honored. And I got my girl Blondie from the sequence here just as back
Snoop
up.
was so excited to see y'all. Snoop was so excited to see y'all.
Yeah.
His mind.
Well, Snoop, I've worked with Snoop. He did I Want to Thank You along with me and Jazzy Faye back in the day. But he wants me to work with his daughter. And he wants to work with my son. So we have a kindred spirit. And LA hip hop was reminiscent to sequence. Funk, the whole funk era. So I just think overall people need to respect the fact that it is what it is.
I think that you should be getting credit as a pioneer in female rap. Like, I don't think that's... Didn't y'all go gold?
We went gold. We were the first group to go gold, sell 12-inch records. That means 12-inch records, along with the Sugar Hill Gang, toured the world pretty much. We never get the recognition. And of course, that's probably platinum 10 times over by now.
Yeah.
But we don't get the recognition because I think the New Yorkers got a little salty because, we made it out the starting gates. I mean, it's like a race, a marathon race. You're doing a 440 relay, you pass the time. Whoever end up at the finish line, hey, it's fair game.
Word.
You know what? Nobody knows the story because I'm a New Yorker and as deep in Miami as in hip hop.
Maybe I know because I'm from South Carolina.
I had no clue.
So.
I really had no clue.
What, Funk You Up?
No, I knew Funk You Up, but I didn't know that
Sequence.
The Sequence was the first group that pretty much go gold as a girl.
But who did you think went gold first?
Salt and Pepper.
Ooh. And we were 10, 15 years before them? There used to be a thing you probably wouldn't know this either in Cashbox, called Cashbox and Billboard. If you do your research, it's there. We were the first female group, hip-hop group, period, to make Cashbox. And Rolling Stone just did a big article on us because a lot of the people that were back then, they knew why they getting any attention. And, I just think it's sad because a lot of the females, hip-hoppers, and trust me, I love them all. Big respect, props. But Lauryn Hill loves Angie Stone because it's reminiscent to what she did with her group.
Yeah.
Rap, sing. And that's what we did.
And you guys are all still cool with each other?
Yeah.
That's good. So it was never like a falling out with the group broke up?
Ooh.
With Sequence.
Oh no, you girl group. You have your Rat Pack moments, but we are sisters.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we love each other. We look out for each other. We got each other. We don't always agree.
Of course.
I mean, nobody always agrees, but I decided to leave the group early on because I moved to New York. I learned a lot of stuff about songwriting. I was a songwriter. And a brother named Craig Derry, who used to be with the Sugar Hill Clique, said, you need to get out and go to New York. You're adventurous, blah, blah, blah. And I moved to New York. And I learned a lot of stuff.
Well, let's. I want to start because this is a history lesson for a lot of us, myself. Yeah. So you signed to Sugar Hill Gang. How did you get signed? How did you? First of all, how did you get into hip hop? How did you get signed? And how did you get your deal? Because it wasn't like before where where it's internet, it's TV that's playing hip hop. Radio wasn't playing hip hop back then.
Right.
So how did you get into it?
Especially coming from Columbia.
Yeah, coming from Columbia, South Carolina. We were 16, 17, 18 years old. We had a group that was doing rap. Back then, King Tim III was out. And we wrote a song called Funk You Up. I think Sylvia Robinson came to South Carolina. It was the first leg of the first Sugar Hill Gang tour.
Okay.
The first show, the first city. We happened to be in the concert. The road manager from Sugar Hill Gang saw me and thought I was this pretty chocolate chick. Hey, you want to come backstage?
Right.
And so I said, well, if you let me in, you got to let my friends in.
That's right.
So we all came in, got backstage. Sylvia was backstage. We was literally on the stage. And we said, hey, we rap. And she said, well, let me hear what you got.
Right there on the side of the stage.
On the side of the stage. And we went, funk you right on up. We're going to funk you right on up. And she flipped. She said, oh my God, oh my God. The next thing I know, we were sitting in the dressing room, giving out phone numbers. She says, I'm going to make you girls star.
Yes.
Now, we had already been a group. I mean, being a cheerleader at Sid Johnson, writing cheers and creating stuff like that was what we did. And she called us the very next week.
Wow.
Flew us to New Jersey, and we cut the record, Funk You Up. And a couple of weeks later, I think in 3 weeks, the record went gold in 3 weeks.
Wow.
So was it a fair deal, or did they take advantage of y'all?
Of course they took advantage.
Yeah.
There
was no fair deals back then.
Did you have a lawyer? You didn't have a lawyer or anything?
Well, we did have a lawyer, but he was a South Carolina lawyer.
Okay.
So let's go. We thought we were doing the right thing, but
you tried.
One thing I've learned in life is you have to have experience.
Yes.
Sylvia Robinson, I give her mad props because, quite contrary to what a lot of people think, when you're the first at anything, you're gonna make mistakes. So I lean heavily to that because she did something phenomenal that turned out to be great for a lot of people, but you had to have some crash test dummies.
Right.
All right, that's part one of our interview with Angie Stone. If you want to see the full interview, you can hit up our YouTube page. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. Condolences to her family. We're just getting on the interview we did with her in 2019. And we'll get into part two when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lorna Rosa is here as well. Now, we are getting on our interview we did with Angie Stone in 2019. Rest in peace to Angie Stone, and again, condolences to her family. And let's get it back on.
What has the staying power been like transitioning from a hip hop artist to a R&B trio to a legendary soul singer,
and writer?
Yeah, writer.
Well, I tell you, the blessing for me, I'm a Sag, and I think out the box. One of the things I always hated was when I saw groups that were from the 50s and 60s, in the 70s and 80s, still in the same uniform, doing an old hit. I said, I never want that to be me. So what I did was I learned to be a chameleon, and I wanted to change with the times. So what I did was I kept myself around fresh hotness, and I learned. Everything in life is a learning process. The moment we think we know everything, we absolutely know nothing.
That's right.
So I learned to be a chameleon and change with the times. And so the staying power has been, number one, my faith is unshakable in Christ. I love the Lord, and that's my rock, my salvation. So I decided when the music changed, you change too. But you can't stray too far away from who you are and what you do.
But it seems like you're such a great singer that it's like I can't see you ever doing anything else. I can't believe you even used to rap.
Well, the beauty of that was when we got discovered as rappers, the first question I asked Sylvia Robinson is, Ms. Robinson, is it okay if I sing too? Because I wanted to put a hook. I wanted to sing. So when you said, hey, you, said no there, I was begging to do that because I knew one day in life I wanted to sing from the church. So, I love rap, but I can sing too. So can we combine the two? And she's so excited about the rap. She said, oh, honey, do what you want to do.
Wow.
And that is what kind of set the segue up for me to make the transition from, after being 30 years old, you want to transition from hip-hop to hooray. So I just went ahead and started singing and, kind of juggling. Now, when I did my deal with Arce, the one reason you don't know a lot about the hip-hop is one of the things that Clive Davis and Peter Edge wanted to do was say, okay, look, we don't want to date you. I'm like, I'm still young. What are you talking about? Well, we don't want to talk about all that stuff at Sugar Hill. So they kind of gag ordered me not to talk about.
So they wanted to be just a brand new artist coming out.
Right.
Got you.
And because I'm a singer now and they want to focus on that, and I'm like, I don't have a telescope into the future, not knowing what it was going to be, how it was going to be. All I know is I'm in this game for survival.
Right. Gotcha.
So what happens when people recognize you? You pull up to a radio station, you're like, hey.
Oh, I rap on stage all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. She just wasn't talking about it in interviews. Like
I couldn't talk about it in interviews. It's not that I didn't want to.
I never heard of anything like that they put a gag order.
I didn't even know.
Well, I'm using that word gag, but when your boss tells you...
It was a gag order.
Right.
So who taught you how to make the music, like how to do a 16 and do a hook and all that? Because you said you was there.
Self-taught.
Wow.
Well, I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was ambitious. And I started, it's like now I'm developing film and, reality shows and stuff. It's having that bug to say, I'm a rubber band, you can stretch me, but I won't pop. I'm gonna always do me. So, being a rapper is a life lesson for me, but it hurts when you've put over 40 years in the game and the people that are now eating off of the foundation that you created don't look back and say, yo, good looking out. That's why Snoop shows us love. That's why Dr. Dre and them show us love. The people in LA embrace us because Yo-Yo can say, hey, MC Light can say, yo, hey, it's because of y'all that we're doing this. She thanked me. Yo-Yo thanked me. We got a show, our first show coming up with MC Light and Salt and Pepper.
Wow.
Angie Stone. I said, oh, you know I got to bring the girls. We can't just go like that in Philly. So that's coming up, and I'm excited about that.
Has any of the new y'all artists thanked you?
City Girls ain't never thank y'all?
No. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't.
I know.
You just learned about it.
Right.
How you expect other people to know?
That's all.
But I promise you they will know because I'm actually getting ready to we're working on a biopic.
That's what I was going to ask you. I saw you said, is Jamie Foxx working on that too? Or was that?
Jamie and I work. Jamie wants to do another film with me, but Ralph Farquaad, who I'm working with, who did Hollywood Husbands, on the biopic, and we're going to have to cross all these lanes. So I'm very excited about my journey and my career, my life, coming from hip-hop through neo-soul all the way up through my vertical hold days, and just having a bird's eye view. Like, I'm gonna blow your mind. You ready for this? One of the things that I can't wait for the world to see is hip-hop was in the Bronx. Before it ever came downtown, it was something in the Bronx. It was myself and Lil Rodney C that introduced hip-hop to downtown. We did the first party of the show in the club that was called the Roques. It used to be a skating ring. We made it into the club. It was Andre Harrell, myself with the Sequence, the Funky Four plus one more, Africa Bambaataa. This was a show that my money paid for, made the flyers for, put together, and henceforth, hip-hop moved from uptown to downtown single-handedly, and it never changed. Madonna used to serve us drinks at Danceteria.
Wow.
That's how real it gets.
Danceteria?
So I can't. Danceteria.
Danceteria.
Okay, that was a club that she was a waitress at.
How do you remember her?
Because she served me drinks.
Wow. And you remember, like, she had that type of presence?
She was a waitress. I was a performer there.
Wow.
Did she say, I'm an aspiring singer also?
No, she didn't have to say that. She was working. She was just.
How sometimes people will do that. They'll be like.
But I'm just shedding a little light on some stuff. Because a lot of people, when they disrespect the Sequence, they disrespect the culture of hip-hop because they don't even know how they got from uptown to downtown. And when you overlook the fact that, hey, Lil Rodney C and Angie B booked this show, paid everybody for the show, and henceforth, the Wild Style movie, Fab Five Freddy, he'll tell you. All these people know. So when you overlook that, you overlook a movement. It's not just about the one song, Funky Up. You have to look at the legacy of what hip-hop really stood for back then and the sacrifices that were made. And I can't wait for the story to be told.
When I think of, like, Sugar Hill Gang, I'm like, there's no reason for anybody to ever mention Sugar Hill Records and not mention Sequence.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
We were the Sugar Hill Girls. They called us that, but we wrote all their hits.
Yeah.
Apache, Eighth Wonder.
Oh, wow.
All those songs, we wrote those songs.
Really?
We were the West Street Mob. That Let's Dance. I know you got the fever. That's the Sequence.
Were y'all getting paid?
Yeah.
Good money or
No.
just okay?
A little something. Is the movie going to be? Do you know where it's going to be? Is it going to be on like a BET series, or is it going to be in the theaters?
It will be. It will be. It won't be just one episode. It'll be a series, a mini series. That's what we're working on because it spans too far. Talking about 1979 up until today.
Dang.
And just releasing an album that's already, my single dropped and it went straight to number 2.
Full circle, baby.
So my it's a reason for everything. I think God preserved this time for us to get the story right. So
Have you found somebody to play you yet for the biopic?
I got some ideas. I got some ideas. A couple of people that I really, really am interested in. I know one segment of Angie Stone is
your daughter got to be in it.
Of course. But the young lady that used to be Bernie Mac's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So. We appreciate you for joining us. Absolutely. Story.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, Angie Stone, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's Angie Stone. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. everybody? It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, so let's get to the mess.
Worldwide mess. On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Okay, so there's some more happening now because of the interview that Jim Jones did when he was up here at the Breakfast Club. Cameron has actually responded to Jim Jones. Now, Jim Jones talked about a couple things. He talked about wanting to fight Cam for $10 million, and then he also talked about the Versus situation with Cam and the rest of Dipset. Let's take a listen to Jim Jones on Versus.
I need triple what I had last time, the way we put that Versus on fire too. We had that thing looking like a championship game. Yeah, Swiss holla at me, and you backdoored me, gave that man some business that you ain't give all of us. You definitely got to give me triple, Swiss, and you got to give me some real business this time.
What was the back door?
I wanted the bag, but we got the bag. But boy still went back door. Like, yo, for me to do the Versus, you got to give me part of this business. That had nothing to do with us. You heard? But he would say that's me being a businessman. Nah, that's you being a sucker doing backdoor shit.
When you went to Cam about that, he said that, like, it's just me being a businessman?
No, Swiss told me. I had to tell Swiss I know what was going on, Jack. Call Swiss on the line, he tell you. I did bad, you know.
How did you find out about it then?
Because I found out about a lot.
So, Kim has responded. He responded two ways. He posted to Instagram. He posted some text messages between him and Jim. And the text message basically are, to sum it up, it's Jim saying that, you know, Versus was on his bucket list and that essentially he would do it for free just to touch the stage because it does so much for the artist that touch the stage, right? So Kim's caption says, I don't pay half of the stuff that people say no mind, but you know I keep the files. You wanted to do Versus for free. So if you made $1, be happy. Talking about it was on your bucket list. Stop trying to rewrite history. Now you got a Lost in the Garden in the Barclays with the laughing emojis. And y'all not eat, and your homies not eating unless they came with their own bread. The boy Sugar Dugger got more money than you, and let's bet 10 M's on that. Go get Handsome a car and a crib in Jersey or something. I'm done for now. So then, It Is What It Is aired this morning. This actually aired about, I would say, like 20-30 minutes ago. And Cam indirectly, or kind of directly, but just doesn't say Jim's name, throw some more shots their way. Let's take a listen to that.
I had a tour for us lined up for the Locks and Dipset. Mace always says, yo, don't bring this out with you because they're not going to win if you bring this out with you. Talking about football games, basketball games. And I be sitting here like, I don't really know, but then I got it when the fight went on. When you got that type of energy and you breathe in that energy when everybody's sad and mad and depressed and try to look happy, but they not really happy, it gets into you. The people you with could possibly your energy up for some that you supposed to do. You can't come out with that energy, man. It's bad energy, man.
You gotta have greatness with you. I remember we was talking about the Eagle game, and I said, if Meek Mill walked them out, they're not gonna win a championship. Meek didn't walk them out, they end up winning that championship.
This is what the Lions up. When you bring out Jello. Jello not from Brooklyn, and them wasn't from Brooklyn.
Well, how did you catch a straight?
Yo, Meek caught a crazy straight, right?
And you talk about Jello?
Because G3 performed at the Lions, the game,
playoff game,
the playoff game, and
they
tried to blame it and say that's why he lost. So what?
That's how the Lions lost. They said.
Yeah, that's how the Lions lost. What Cameron is alluding to is the fact that Jewels, Santana, and Jim Jones walked Gervonta Tank Davis out. The fight that just happened with Lamont Roach over the weekend at the Barclays Center, and a lot of people online were saying, "Hey, you lost because you walked out with such and such," jokingly. But Cam brought that to It Is What It Is. So that's what he's talking about now.
I hate them brothers fighting, man. I hate seeing them brothers fight.
Yeah, I hope Jim and Cam find some peace.
Entertaining, but I just hate it.
I hope Jim and Cam find some peace or some closure. Meaning they either find a way to be, at peace with each other, or they find some closure on their relationship. Because
I hate it.
Yeah.
Like they were brothers. Like they were crew clique.
We watched it.
We seen it. So I like I said, it's entertaining, but I hate seeing this for them too.
I agree, and I did want to play this this other audio that we have of Cameron. He sat down with Steve Stout, and he talked about exactly what he did when it came to negotiating the Versus deal. I just want to play this because it's kind of like clearing that up a bit. Let's take a listen to that.
I had a tour for us lined up for the Locks and Dipset, literally lined up, and it was about at the time maybe like $2.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. This was a few years ago. Jim really wanted to do the Versus, and I'm like, bro, we can do the Versus after the tour. Y'all, and I got $2.5 million waiting, and that was just for like 10 cities. It could have ballooned up to like $6 million. I got outvoted, Steve. Nobody was listening to me about the tour. So what I said to myself was, I told Swiss and Timberland, I said, everybody got to get at least 6 digits. that's an artist. Got everybody their money. Now I started polying my own shit. I want the door money. I want stocks in Triller. I want beats from Timberland and Swiss for free. I want percentage of the views that's going to go on. And I got all that too.
So basically, the way that it sounds to me is like, they missed the tour, so that he was just trying to make what he could off of them doing the versus situation or whatever. But yeah, to y'all point, the back and forth with them is kind of crazy, especially the shots at the Barclays thing. I'm like, dang.
Does this still happen if Dipset wins against the Lox on that fateful versus night?
Yes. I don't think so.
I think so.
You think so?
I don't.
I think so.
Why you think so?
I don't think they were seeing eye to eye even during that night.
But you realize the versus story has a lot to do with all of this. You do realize that. Like, we played 3 clips just now, and 2 of them were about versus.
But this happened before that. They weren't seeing eye to eye before versus.
But I feel like something else happened that night that really set it off forever.
We talked about that in the interview too. I asked him like, it seems like y'all are at least cordial publicly before the verses a little bit. Then verses happened and it was like shots is just everywhere coming from each side.
Well, Jim also said that in our conversation. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, he was like, he can't get over getting booed at the Garden.
That Cameron couldn't get over that.
Yeah.
But it got to be more than that.
I thought it was the conversation when Cam interviewed 50, and that's what I thought reunited it. Because before that, they weren't seeing eye to eye, but it was quiet. But after that interview, fireworks.
I mean, big fireworks.
You meant reignited.
Yeah, they reignited.
Yeah,
to the public.
The fireworks been happening so much. I don't know.
Hey man, I wish them brothers peace, man. Or closure. One of the two.
And leave Meek alone.
Poor Meek.
I need to know the backstory about the Meek thing.
Meek ain't involving nobody, man.
That's the backstory. What happened with Meek and
Jazz and Night? I don't know. I do.
Meek minding his business. There's just no. It's uncalled for.
Meek gonna get on Twitter. Let me see. Did he tweet already?
He ain't hear that yet.
All right, that's it.
All right, well, that was the mess. All right, well, let's get to the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in 800-585-1051. And also, last hour, I should say, we played our interview with Angie Stone. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. If you haven't heard it, go to our YouTube page. Definitely check it out. It's a great interview. It details her life, how she started, what she wanted to do. It's a lot of history in that interview. Definitely check it out, all right? It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Now, I know you're heading to DR, right?
Oh, yes, I am. May 22nd through the 27th. I'm not. Can you stop saying that? Because, people going to really believe you.
I know.
And it's not true.
Okay.
He's projecting. Whenever he goes out of the country, that's what he does, Lauren.
He ain't touched that body at all. You see them?
He got a nose job. He ain't get that in the States.
You went all the way to DR for a nose job?
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for you.
I got no damn nose job.
Well.
And I better stop talking about my legs and my arms, too.
Why?
I don't know. People say they real skinny. I mean, goddamn.
Well, Envy, if you would like to join me, I could find you a doctor. My homegirls know where to go in all of the recovery houses, so just let me know.
Now your homegirls know where to go.
But, while you're there healing, I can check in on you. I'm going to be over at the Memorial Day Getaway, May 22nd through the 27th. It's a 5-night, 6 days. It's a HBCU Black Alumni Weekend. I'll be hosting a bunch of different events out there. We're going to have a good time. Visit memorialdaygetaway.com, and at checkout, tell them Lauren LaRosa sent you, because I'm going to see y'all there.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the positive notes, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is here, and we got a salute to the RZA for joining us this morning.
Salute to them. Make sure you go get your tickets. I'm definitely going to that show because, I got a top 7 favorite rappers of all time, and Ghostface Killer is my favorite rapper of all time, and Killer Mike is also on my top 7 favorite rappers of all time list. Wu-Tang is my favorite group, so I'm definitely going to see Wu-Tang and Run the Jewels. You hear me?
It kicks off on June 6th in Baltimore. And then they'll be in New York at MSG.
When?
16th of July, and then Prudential 17th of July.
Okay, I'll be at one of those. Definitely be at one of those. And listen, I want to tell everybody too, man, the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening Saturday, April 26th at Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, Saturday, April 26th at Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. We got Mandy and Weezy from Decisions hosting. We have the Trap Nerds podcast for all the gamers out there. We got Good Moms Bad Choices podcast going to be out there. Naked Sports with Carrie Champion. The R&B Money podcast with Tank and Jay Valentine. And we got the Woman Evolve podcast with Sarah Jake Roberts. Yes, Sarah Jakes Roberts. All of them will be at the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. We got the food trucks. We got the Pitch Your Podcast booth presented by Nissan. We got the Black Effect Marketplace. All types of good stuff. So See y'all Saturday, April 26th. You can go get your tickets right now at blackeffect.com/podcast festival. Okay? Okay.
You got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, and it's simple, man. Do your best because you want to. Okay, you do your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. Do your best because you want to. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?